Moment of truth has been told about the Chicago Sky, bro. Just like I told y'all days ago, bro. This whole thing was fabricated and it was a lie.
The WNBA just got thrown into chaos again. And this time, the fire's coming straight from the locker room. Angel Reese, one of the league's brightest young stars, might be in deep trouble with her own teammates after a brutal loss, a controversy she may have stoked. And now...
Coach, when did you become aware that there was hate speech that happened?
I think when everyone else did. I think that...
A head coach's brutally honest revelation that changes everything. No racial slurs, no scandal, just noise. And now, the question everyone's whispering. Is the Chicago Sky locker room turning on Angel Reese?
I think it was just the messaging at halftime was just kind of taking it to them, like playing with force and getting downhill and kind of dictating our pace and our will.
That's right, folks. The dust hasn't even settled from the Sky's season opener against the Indiana Fever, and already the internet is exploding with theories, finger-pointing, and what some fans are calling the biggest hoax in WNBA history. Coach Tyler Marsh's post-game comments didn't just pour cold water on the idea of racial abuse, they obliterated it. So if there was no abuse, why did Angel act like there was? And what are her teammates really saying behind closed doors? Buckle up, because we're diving deep into the speculation, the silence, the leaked locker room whispers, and the insane backlash from fans. If you're into real talk, unfiltered drama, and not the media sugarcoating, you're in the right place. Smash that like button, share this video with your crew, and hit subscribe because we are just getting started. The night that sparked it all.
At Gainbridge Fieldhouse in Indianapolis, we are underway.
May 17, 2025, Chicago Sky versus Indiana Fever. All eyes on Caitlin Clark and Angel Reese, the two queens of college hoops now trying to claim territory in the pros. The stage was set, the arena was packed, and the tension was thicker than ever. But what happened on the court wasn't what had people talking. It was what didn't happen in the stands. Or did it?
So, Reese spinning, couldn't pop it in, the O board, no. Another chance stripped away by Clark.
After a rough game, and let's be honest, it was rough for Reese, whispers started flying that the Fever crowd had hurled racist slurs at her. Subtle, unconfirmed, no footage, no quotes. Just a growing online storm that suddenly took over the post-game coverage. Reese's body language, a few vague comments, and social media sleuths ran with it. But here's the kicker. Not one clip surfaced. Nothing. Not even from the thousands of fans filming every move on their phones.
This throughout the game, or just at that moment?
Oh, I was concentrated on our team and what we were doing game plan-wise against Indiana.
And yet, the media pounced like vultures. ESPN was practically begging Coach Marsh to admit something. Anything happened. But Marsh, cool as ever, said what no one else had the guts to. He heard nothing, not a peep. And he was courtside. So now the question becomes, was this all just frustration disguised as controversy? Coach Marsh drops a bombshell.
We're in compliance with them, with the league, and obviously there's no room or space in our game for hate, so we're complying with everything that's going on.
Let's talk about Coach Tyler Marsh. This man didn't just give a standard post-game interview. He dropped a bomb that shattered the narrative. When asked about the alleged racial abuse, his answer was simple. I wasn't aware of any such thing. And the way he said it? Calm, unapologetic, like a man who wasn't about to play media games.
One side of her body, that's where she was shooting from.
And he minimized the movement, which reduces the room for error. And you see the results have definitely paid off.
Some fans are calling him a hero. One comment reads, Lord, protect this man for being honest and telling his truth. Another, at least he told the truth instead of trying to perpetuate the narrative. That's not just praise. That's a movement. Marsh is being hailed as the guy who finally said what everyone in that stadium already knew. If there had been racist slurs flying around, security would have been all over it. Fans would have pointed it out. The broadcast mics would have picked it up. Instead, crickets. So why did the media keep pressing him, trying to get him to say what he clearly didn't believe? Because that's not journalism anymore. It's narrative building, and Coach Marsh wasn't having it. Angel Reese, victim or master of distraction?
Wide open, you knew that Caitlin Clark was going to come in and take that foul.
Now let's get to the million-dollar question. What's Angel Reese doing here? If she didn't hear anything, and let's be clear, there's no evidence she did, why go silent when fans started yelling racism? Why not clarify things immediately and kill the noise? Instead, she stayed vague, almost as if letting the story breathe, letting it grow.
Here, I just gave a hug to Tosh. I mean, the league, they support me. The players, they support me. I've gotten contact from so many different players.
Some fans aren't buying it. One wrote, "She's playing a dangerous game with it all." Another said, "Reese hoping the lies get traction." She gets fouled, gets pissed, then embarrassed, and stokes the flames with her silence. Is that what really happened? Did Reese use the moment to deflect from a tough loss? It wouldn't be the first time an athlete let a narrative run wild. But in today's WNBA, already under the microscope, this kind of ambiguity can split a fan base in half. And worse, it might be splitting her team. Locker room whispers. Are her teammates fed up?
But we're going to have somebody, and maybe he can give you guys some motivation, because y'all not hearing my voice today.
We're hearing rumblings, and trust me, they're getting louder, that the mood inside the Chicago Sky locker room is tense. Some players are reportedly frustrated that Reese allowed the story to dominate headlines. Not because they don't support her, but because they feel blindsided, caught in a media whirlwind they didn't ask for. She's making it about her again. That's the alleged quote from one anonymous source close to the team. Another, "We just want a hoop. This isn't what we signed up for." Imagine grinding in training camp, prepping for the season, and then boom! Suddenly you're caught in a racial controversy with zero proof, all because one player didn't shut it down.
Started this season, LSU has been a confident group throughout, and Angel Reese.
And let's be real, this isn't the NCAA anymore. WNBA locker rooms are grown woman territory. Players don't have patience for sideshows that distract from the grind. If Reese has lost the room, even partially, this could spiral fast. Fans, clap back. Enough with the BS. The fans aren't staying quiet either. Social media lit up like wildfire, and not in the way Reese probably hoped. One particularly brutal comment read, "Reese crying wolf again?" Why didn't she report it at the time? Crying race to deflect embarrassing loss? That's not just criticism, that's a public reckoning. Another wrote, "Welcome to the WNBA, where fans make shit up and everyone else has to pretend to care about it." That's harsh, but clearly this controversy touched a nerve. People are sick of vague accusations without receipts. And with thousands of phones rolling during every moment of that game, the lack of evidence is starting to look real bad. The more the league stays silent, the angrier fans are getting. Will the WNBA and ESPN apologize for this hoax? One asked, and that's a growing sentiment. The longer this lingers, the more the league risks alienating its new fan base. Caitlin Clark and the fan base divide. Let's talk Caitlin Clark. Not just a player, but a phenomenon. She's brought thousands of new eyes to the WNBA. And yet, this entire situation threatens to turn her fan base into outsiders. Some are even saying the league is more interested in protecting narratives than welcoming new fans.
Another second chance opportunity. Clark fire away and knocks down a three.
One comment hit hard. The old guard fans hate CC, and the new fans who came because of her. You're going to lose the fans bringing in revenue. That's not just an opinion. It's a warning. The WNBA finally has momentum, finally has viewership, and instead of doubling down on talent and competition, it's getting bogged down in media drama and unproven accusations. And make no mistake, every time Clark gets booed or disrespected, her fans see it. And if they feel like she's being treated unfairly while others like Reese get cover, that resentment's going to boil over. Media bias exposed.
Your shot from the outside is improving. I love that your ball handling is good. Your defense is improved. Like the fact that you be snatching that ball from them girls.
Let's address the elephant in the room, the media. Because some of those post-game questions to Marsh, straight up embarrassing. One fan said, "Holy shit, some of those questions." Straight up framing the questions with lies. And it's true. Reporters weren't looking for the truth. They were fishing for headlines.
Don't think this investigation will lead to anything found that was said at the game.
Instead of investigating, they assumed. Instead of fact-checking, they led the witness. That's not journalism. That's activism in a jersey. And the fans? They noticed. They're not dumb. They've been to games. They know what airball sounds like. It ain't a racial slur.
So where was this type of reaction last year when Angel Reese got chokeslammed by Alyssa Thomas of the Connecticut Sun? Y'all remember that?
And honestly, props to Marsh again. He kept it real, didn't cave, didn't perform. That's rare these days, and it just might have cost him politically because calling out the narrative often gets you canceled. WNBA's spineless response.
We're obviously marketing around all of our players, but I think Caitlin's lifting everybody.
Yeah. Oh, yeah, definitely.
Our arenas are packed, our viewership, this is a key part.
The WNBA's response to this whole mess? Crickets. Silence. No confirmation, no refutation, just nothing. One fan summed it up best. The WNBA is looking more incompetent with every hour that they don't provide proof or refute it. They've created this mess and are too spineless to end it.
Thank you, Jackie. So that investigation is ongoing. We have hired outside counsel to do an investigation. I think there's a lot of document requests and things like that, so it takes time.
And honestly, can you blame the fans for being pissed? The league had one job: protect its integrity. Instead, it's letting this story fester and rot. Meanwhile, its most marketable players are either under fire or being dragged into media mud. In the business world, this is called brand suicide. If the league doesn't step up and say something soon, it's going to keep bleeding trust and money. 17,000 phones, zero proof. Let's do the math. Over 17,000 fans in that arena. Probably 10,000 phones recording. Multiple camera angles from ESPN. Microphones everywhere. If even one racial slur had been hurled, someone would have caught it. So why hasn't it surfaced? Because it didn't happen, and that's what fans are screaming. Been to hundreds of games in that arena and can say this with 100% confidence: no one was yelling racial slurs. That's not just anecdotal, that's experiential.
With the first pick in the 2024 WNBA draft, the Indiana Fever.
You can't have a viral controversy in the era of mass surveillance and not have evidence. That alone tells us what we need to know. This was a nothing burger. And now the fans who do show up for the WNBA feel lied to. This could sink the sky.
Happy birthday, Chi-Town Edition!
Let's not forget the biggest loser in all this, the Chicago Sky. If there really is tension in that locker room, if players are truly done with Angel Reese, this season could go off the rails real quick. And with the league under the microscope, that collapse would be front-page news. This isn't just a one-off moment anymore. This is a team culture issue. The locker room needs unity, focus, and trust. If Reese becomes a source of drama instead of dominance, the Sky are going to crumble under the weight of controversy. And the fans? They're watching closely. Where do we go from here?
To answer your question specifically, we want Camilla and Angel to be good at what they do already. We want to.
Look, we're not here to tear anyone down, but when the smoke clears, the truth needs to matter. Coach Marsh told his truth. Fans are demanding answers. The WNBA is silent. Angel Reese, still playing it vague. So where does this all end?
Family, this is truly one of the most rewarding parts of my job, calling the prospects over the last couple weeks as they finish their NCAA season, and we have a couple international.
If the league doesn't step up and say something soon, it's going to lose more than just credibility. It's going to lose the fans it worked so hard to gain. Reese needs to come clean, the WNBA needs to lead, and the media needs to stop lying for clicks. Like this video? Share it if you're tired of the spin, and subscribe for more unfiltered WNBA drama and real talk. We're just getting started.